commencement qu'on a fait with l'ensemble. N'importe quand t'as roulé, for just what TV a fini chez nous. Tout bel programme, ou remet where you n'a poté tout pour. N'importe quand t'as roulé, for just what TV a fini chez nous. Politique, nous là, belle musique, toujours là. Couverture tout événement spécial. For just what TV, entrevue, nous là. Documentaire, toujours là. Cinéma à cuisine, puis nous du sport. Nous t'égons commencement qu'on a fait with l'ensemble. N'importe quand t'as roulé, for just what TV a fini chez nous. Tout bel programme, ou remet where you n'a poté tout pour. N'importe quand t'as roulé, for just what TV a fini chez nous. N'importe quand t'as roulé, for just what TV a fini chez nous.
Hello and welcome to the next installment of Lady Flint Show. Thank you, Diaspo TV. Thank you for having a beautiful, beautiful show such as this. And all of the shows, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Mr. Allen, especially. I appreciate Mr. Donald. I appreciate all the staff and who's made these shows possible. And the people who are tuning in, we appreciate you as well. So today, you would never guess, I've been waiting and waiting. I know I say this every week, but I've been really trying to get one of my big brothers from another mother, but he's my brother, to come in. And please welcome. Are you guys ready? Drum roll. Mr. Prince Arafat. Show him some love. Yay! Yay! Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sis, for having me.
Oh, it's such a blessing. I've been waiting on you for the longest. You're such an inspiration. Every time I see you, whether we're in church or no matter where we are, you always have a kind word. And if somebody's talking to me, you make sure you find me. And I love that. I love that so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So let's just dive on in, y'all. Gonna dive on in. So first of all, tell me your name, where you're from, and where you grew up.
Well, I was born Prince Charles Ferguson in the beautiful city of Delray Beach.
Yes.
And then I took a sabbatical, and then I took on the name Prince Arafat. And Prince Arafat is a new journey, just like Paul was named was Saul, but then when he met Christ, he became Paul.
Right.
So when I got into knowing God for myself, then I chose the word Arafat, but I still use the word Ferguson too. But Arafat because it means mountain of mercy.
Mountain of mercy. Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And God's mercy has been upon my life, and so I thank God for His grace and mercy.
Amen. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. For real. And I feel that, and I know that you mean that.
Oh yeah.
And you mean a lot to me because you knew my parents,
Absolutely.
my brothers, and you know, back then everybody knew each other. I know I say back then like we're old, but you know, I wish that the communities were like that today. You know, you live next to people for 20 and 30 years, don't even know them.
Yeah.
You know, but I times have changed.
Yeah.
You know, they've definitely changed. You know, if we saw a child doing something wrong, we were able to scold that child, and then when you got home, you got another scolding. But you can't do that today.
No.
You know.
Because right now, because we're having kids raising kids.
Exactly.
And we don't have adults, or we don't have parents as we was growing up having.
Right.
And we had parents we thought were real strict, but we had parents who being parents.
Of
now
course.
we got parents who being friends to their children.
That's the problem.
And then now they don't want nobody to correct them because nobody corrected them.
Exactly.
So just like the scripture say, the blind will lead the blind, and both will fall into a ditch. So that's why you see our children right now, which is so hurting, but it's just the signs of the time that you know that most kids in middle school can't read on their level. And but the county is still passing them. So majority of kids on their level from 6th to 8th grade and from 9th to 12th grade can't read on their level. Why? Because the parents is not taking time. And this, when you and I was coming up, you better learn how to read. You better learn how to write in cursive. You better be respectful. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Right.
But these days, these kids are right now parenting the parents.
And telling them what to do. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because just like you said, from my, understanding and seeing things, you might have a 45-year-old grandmother. The child might be 30. Her child may be 30. His or her child may be 30. And the baby might be 15 and they all partying together. See,
right.
That's what I've seen, you know. And it's just sad, and I just really wish that they had that kind of training. Because with my kids, they'll tell you now, oh, my mama don't play that. You say yes, ma'am. You say no, ma'am. I don't care how old you are. We are not friends. We are not equal.
And that's the same thing that I do with my kids and grandkids. We can be sociable together, but I'm still your father.
That's right.
And I ain't gonna never be your friend. And that's the main thing. Well, you need to be friends with your children. No, I don't. No, because when you start being friends with your children, they're gonna start treating you like a friend.
Yes, that's right.
You know what I mean? So the best thing is for us is to always be parents. Be parents. Every child didn't ask to come into this world, but a parent that when you bring a child to the world, got to raise them in the way that they need to go.
That's right. And the Bible says they'll come back.
Right.
They'll come back. And that is so true, because we didn't come with instructions. Our children didn't come with instructions, and our parents' didn't come with instructions.
Right. There's no parenting manual.
No. I agree with that totally.
You know what I mean? You got to, but when you have pillars in your community, like your mother and your father. My father died when I was young, so I never knew. But I had football coaches. I had your father. Right. I had basketball coaches, baseball coaches, who stepped in as mentors, father figures.
Right.
But a child still will need. And I always ask people this, sis. I said, if you had two people or two parents in your home, and your father and mother raised you up like that, what kind of child you would be if you did not have one of them in there? Say Mr. Flint wasn't in your home. What kind of woman you think you would be right now today? You had a strong mother.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. But you had a extra super strong father.
Yes, I did.
And you see the foundation.
Right.
And now you see most parents right now, children are raised up in one parent home.
Parent home, yeah.
And now mostly the female. And that's why you see a lot of these kids now don't know what they sexual orientation, because if you got a child, a boy, and he's always around his mama, he gonna take on the ways of his mama.
Right.
And I don't care what a person say, a woman cannot raise a young boy to be a man.
No, because I think when a young man becomes a young man, he needs a father figure. That's just how I feel, and thank you for saying that about my parents. I appreciate that. And same thing to your beautiful, beautiful mother. God bless her. But and that's so true. So that brings me up to my next topic. Let's talk about your coaching. Now, when I interviewed our brother Johnny, he told me that you all were at Spanish River. And I remember one time you told me that. Now, how long did you all stay at Spanish River?
I think we were there for 3 or 4 years with Barry Hill.
Wow.
With the great Barry Hill.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely great.
And former Miami Dolphin, our state legend, and we was on his coaching staff. And that's when Spanish River first became open. And we got out there for 80.
It was 80. It was, I could tell you, hold on. It was 84.
Right.
84, 85. Because I'm the first graduating class from the 9th through the 12th grade.
So we were there 3 to 4 years with Barry Hill.
And you know what? The whole time I was there, I didn't know it. I guess I was just too busy singing.
Right.
But I know that it was Kent Thomas.
Kent Thomas. Terry
Strickland.
Terry Strickland. Yeah, right. That was the two main fullback.
Yeah, and I still talk to Terry. Terry's doing very well. He's a truck driver. He's doing very well. I haven't seen Kent. I think I've seen Kent like 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, Kent in the military.
Right, that's right. I remember Johnny telling me that.
Right.
Yeah.
In the military, right. So yeah, we were doing that, and that's one of the favorite football coaches, just also mentors and also their father figures. Because remember, a lot of the kids don't have fathers.
That's right.
So they need somebody to. And I tell a woman and every female, you do a good job of raising your child, especially a male child. but you can't make him be a man because you ain't no man.
No, you can't. Just like a woman.
Right, and just like me, I got a daughter and I got a granddaughter, but I can't tell them how to be a woman.
Exactly.
So you need that man figure and you need that woman figure in a
do.
child life.
Yes, you do.
So the balance would be there. See, a lot of times our children are all balanced. They don't know if they coming or going because they all balanced. And you got so many kids right now of their sexual preference. How can a young boy talking about he feel like he a girl? How can a young girl feel like I'm a boy inside? No. God did not make a mistake. But now your mind has been so warped because remember you all balanced.
Right.
And everything you all balanced. It's saying that now you doing what the world was doing. And the world is saying, well, I can say I'm a boy, but I'm biological, I'm a girl. You know what I mean? You a girl, that's what you is, a girl.
Right.
You a boy, you a boy. And people hate to talk about this, but if the parents have to tell a child, it's not nothing wrong with you, you just growing.
And see, the thing is too, is a lot of, I don't know, how can I say it? It's just a lot of the worldly things that's going on. You have to watch what your child monitor. I know when I was growing up, it's just certain things I couldn't watch.
That's right.
It's certain things I couldn't watch. I had to go to bed a certain time. And if I didn't keep my grades up, I couldn't sing. So I kept my grades up because I had to sing, baby.
Right.
Had to get all that stuff out of me. But, you're absolutely right. Then you have parents. They can be two parents in the home, but they're married but single. Mm-hmm. And when I say single, it's because you might have one parent that's doing everything and all that pressure is on them and they're doing the best they can, and the other parent is like, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I see that a lot. Mm-hmm. I see that a lot also, and you're absolutely right. I thank God that I had my father in my home, but I had a strong mama that, with my brothers and being me raised basically by myself because my brothers are older than me, but she instilled in me how to be a woman. And I totally agree with the parent, when a child gets a certain age, they need that father figure in their lives.
Oh, yeah.
And it's such a blessing. Now, how long have you been doing the mentor stuff?
I've been doing the mentor close over 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, over 20 years. And neglect, because when you have a passion, anytime a passion that you want to see a child better than themselves, when a child is acting up, a child is really just like a baby. When a baby is crying, as a mother, baby, there's two things wrong with that baby. That baby hungry
or wet,
or wet, and then did something on themselves.
Yeah.
And so when a child start acting up or crying, it's something wrong with it.
Right.
He wants some attention, or she wants some attention.
Right.
And most of the time, they get the wrong attention.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when a child is acting up, don't mean that the child is bad. The child is acting up because he wants or she wants some attention.
Right. And you got to get to the root of the problem.
Right.
You can't put a Band-Aid over it because you put a Band-Aid over it, it's going to fester.
Right.
So you got to get to the root of the problem. And I absolutely agree with that.
And you also get, especially with children these days, you got to make sure that the children feel you. People don't like to use the word feel you. Because if a child don't feel you, they ain't gonna respect you.
No, they won't. They won't respect you, period. And they don't respect themselves.
I have parents call me, because we do also with the Derry Police Department, we have like a sketch grade program. And I tell you, since we got children, 8, 9, 10-year-old with professional people as their parents, 2 parents on, and their child is wrecking the home.
Oh.
Because the parents is so scared or too afraid of the judicial system. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I said, man, listen, ain't no 8 or 9-year-old gonna run my house.
Ain't no 2-year-old gonna run my house.
You know what I mean? I said, why you ain't put no bet on it? What I ain't, we ain't. Okay, I said, did you get a bet beating on you? Yeah, I said, did you turn out right? Right. So people got to understand, we don't like to go back the old way. The old way is the best way.
It is.
You know what I mean?
But it goes back to what you said, trying to be these kids' friends. Now, I'm not saying that's the case with them, but, I think I think that's the majority of the problem, you know, from what I see. Like I told you, you know, they all party together. And I tell people, I'm not afraid of any child that I birth.
No, man.
No, because if I taught my kids, I say, listen, if I go grocery shopping, you put the groceries up.
Mm-hmm.
I show them 1 or 2 times where everything went. They put the groceries up because I'm out there working. I'm out there doing this, take care of the kids. If I can go take the garbage out.
But see, you giving structure.
Right. That's structure.
But see, now you got young parents, they don't have any structure. Mm-hmm. And what they have is destruction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most destruction that they're doing is they don't have no structure in their life. They want to get their hair done. They want their eyelashes. No. You know what? They want to do everything, but they don't want to do nothing. You don't want to put nothing structure into your child, but you want to do everything for you. You got fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake this, fake that. So how can a child be real when the mama or the daddy is fake?
Now listen to me now.
You
know I'm silly. I'm silly. But I'm not laughing at what you said. I'm laughing at the way you said it, because right now you preaching a sermon. You preaching. Prince Arafat, you preaching. So I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm gonna holler in a minute. I'm gonna say, I gotta be right back. When I say that, I'm going to laugh. So anyway, and I'm not like I said before, I'm not making fun of what you said. I'm laughing at the way that you're saying.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the weightlifting. How did you get started with the weightlifting, and how long have you done it? And if you train people, how can they get in touch with you? So let's start with that. How long have you been doing the weight training?
Right now, I'm 64. Thank God.
Get out.
So I'll be.
You look good to be 64.
Over 50 years. Because, we used to work out in the backyard of your mom and dad house.
I remember y'all used to be back there lifting weights. I'd be glad when they go home, but I loved you, though.
So, but doing that is just a passion because of playing football and, playing track. But you fall in love with the lifting weights because the more weights, the bigger you get, the stronger you get.
Right.
But it also gives you a sense of pride of discipline.
Right.
If everybody can't do it, you may want the body, but the body's on growing trees. You got to go build the body. And we tell most of the people, it's not going to come overnight. Like I say, I've been doing this for 50 years. And, I talked to a brother today. He said, man, where you going? I said, well, I'm going to the dog pound. I got to work out today.
And that's what you call it, the dog pound.
Dog pound.
Now, do you have a specific place that you go, or?
Yes, it's 900 Southwest 6th Avenue in Delray Beach. And anybody is welcome. It is free. Only thing we come, that we demand that you come, that you be punctual, and you come be serious. And then we have a lot of high school. We got a lot of college players. We had a few NFL players who are in the NFL coming and train with us. But mostly the local kids.
The local kids. And that's wonderful because it keeps, like you said, discipline, structure, and it keeps them out of trouble and keeps them focused. Because trouble, like my mom used to say, is so easy to get into and hard to get out.
Right.
Bad influences,
Right. And we always say, it only takes a second to get in trouble.
Yes.
But a lifetime to get out of it.
Yes.
So, but we're not just training the body. We're training the mind and also strengthening the spirit, because the spirit is the truth of you, not just the outer shape. You can just look good. You can have the best body in the world, but if you ain't got nothing on the inside,
baby, preach. I say that all the time.
So we always trying to get this a thinking man's world, and if a woman is not thinking, a man's not thinking, then you dead.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And they got shows right now tell you about the Night of the Living Dead or the Walking Dead.
Walking Dead,
you know what I mean? And we got people just like that. They're not living, they're only existing.
Existing.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, because you have to find yourself.
You got to find yourself, because the true part of you is the spirit in you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. You are preaching.
Yeah.
And I tell people, I say, I don't care what's in you for 30 years, it's going to come out, because you cannot hide who you are. I always say that on my podcast. And I used to tell my boys, especially my oldest one, and I used to say that to my brothers. I said, let me tell you something. I said, a real man knows when he has a real woman in his presence. A woman can have the most beautiful body on the outside, but after that, what is there? If that's all you have going for you is your body, you don't have very much.
You ain't got that.
Because that plays out, because eventually a real man is going to get tired of that. You going to think, oh, I got all this going on, and oh, what man can't resist me? But I'm here to tell you, baby, it's not about that. It's about the spirit, like you said. Because sometimes, you know, when things go on, I look at people differently. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, I don't want that. I could walk in somebody's house, I kid you not. The quick story. I could walk in somebody's house and I could say, oh, okay, it's peaceful in here. Sometimes I might walk in somebody's house and I don't visit very much. I'd be like, oh, I got to get out of here. Because it's the spirit, like you said. You are preaching a sermon here. I'm sorry, so continue.
No, just like you're saying, you know, the scripture teaches us that, you know, the spirit must try the spirit.
Right.
If our spirit is not connecting, then there's not going to be a good frequency.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
But if our spirit connecting, the frequency is going to be strong, and then you can see a calm demeanor or peace in that situation with that person. But if you say that spirit is off, then you can say, no, I can't deal with this person. Because people give off bad frequency.
Yeah, they do. And 9 times out of 10, if you don't feel them in your spirit, you're right. 9 times out of 10. And I always ask the Lord, correct me, because I could be wrong. But 9 times out of 10, I might don't figure it out right then. I'll be like, man, there's something about this person. You know what I'm saying? You know, so anyway. But so with the weightlifting, so you do all this. Do they have to sign up? Is it a membership? You said it's free, so it's just a membership.
Only thing they have to do,
or they just come.
They just come.
Punctual. And their mindset. Now, do you correspond with the parents as well?
Sometimes, mostly the parents will bring them over there. They'll come contact me, or they'll contact one of my little brother, Grandpa Lester, and or one of my other family members, Randall, and they will contact them. So, you know, can I bring so and so over? I said, well, if you bring them over, you come over and see what we do. Right,
don't just drop them off. I mean?
And see that, and even you come in and work. Just don't send your child here. You come in and get yourself together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because also, you know, I work at the funeral home, and it's just so saddening that so many young people are just dying because of strokes, diabetes, heart attacks. You know what I mean? So high blood pressure, you know what I mean? And especially, you know, we come up with that was unheard of.
Right.
But because people are not, the food is not like the food when we came up.
Right.
Everything is processed. Everything.
It's processed.
So you got to exercise. Just take some time out. Even
go walking. I walk.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you something, if I wasn't in shape, I'm overweight, but if I wasn't in shape, I couldn't stand up there 3 and 4 hours and sing like that.
Right.
You got to be in shape. Then you got these hot lights in your face when you're on stage, because if you understand, and I tell people that when you go to a show, the lights play an important part. You want to see what you're looking, you know, what's going on. The lights are so hot, you can cook a Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah. So that's very true what you're saying about being in shape.
Yeah, you got to be in shape. And then what we do, especially at the dog pound, of our workouts, we work out Monday through Thursday. And we do a different body part. Like Monday, we do shoulder and back. Tuesday, we do arms. Wednesday, we do lower body, legs. And then Thursday, we do chest.
Now, how long? Now, what's the time on that?
From almost like 5 to 6:15.
That's not long.
Mostly we out of there before 6:15.
Okay, so it starts at 5 and 6:15.
So less than an hour, 50 minutes we through.
Oh, wow.
Because we do something called a circuit, so we never stop. We do one exercise, then jump to the next one, jump to the next one.
Oh, yes, how you do
So we call it a circuit training. So you don't give your time, your body to rest, and your body's always moving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you got to remember, the heart is the central motor of the body. If the heart go, everything go.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You know, so we got to make sure that people, that we say that this is health insurance. Because the first thing that the doctor asks you when you go in there, are you exercising?
Yeah, right.
Are you walking? You exercising? You eating good? But he gonna ask you, are you exercising? because they're going to check your blood pressure, they're going to check your heart rate,
your blood,
and your breathing, you know. And you got to remember, just like I said, you're a singer. You got to have the air, or you got to have
the endurance
in you to continue to hold a note.
Yes,
you know
Lord.
What I mean? So,
yes, Lord.
And we had guys coming out who they thought they was in good shape pass out.
Oh my goodness.
Pass out because they thought they was in shape, but you in working shape, but in a workout shape, you're not
right.
ready yet. So you got to train your body into that.
So these are beginners, or they're just already been working out?
Yeah.
So do you have like a beginner class, intermediate, advanced? How do you do that?
Well, we take, if there's a young person or somebody who's never worked out before, then we take it slow on them.
Right.
So everybody can't lift what we lift. So, but we'll get a weight that you can lift properly for 10 reps, 15 reps. So you may start off with 20 pounds. We may have 50, 60, 80 pounds, but you may have 20 pounds. Not to say you can't lift it, but we want to show you the technique so you don't hurt yourself. Mm-hmm. So you build yourself up to that. So everything is about technique. It's not how much you can lift, but the technique so you don't hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Because you can strain yourself, you can pull muscles, you know what I mean? So you got to know what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So even that, like you say, you sing. Everybody think just like they done mess people up with that karaoke thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody think they can sing, but take that karaoke and sing by yourself and see how it is.
And put them with a live band.
Right. Yeah.
Because everybody that sings karaoke, and actually karaoke in Japanese means tone deaf.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Mm-hmm. So you might have people who can sing to tracks, but if you put them with a live band, they're lost. They don't know how to count. They don't know when to come in.
Right.
You know, which is basically the same thing. You know, if you sing a song and then you might, and if I play with a band that is powerful and they go off into different stuff, like we'll play the song so you recognize it, but then they go into other stuff. Now, somebody who does not know that, they'll be standing up there lost because they don't know what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so you're absolutely right. It's a technique. It's a technique to singing. It's not just getting up there. It's a training. It's a training.
You got to do how you breathe and how you can. You got to pace yourself. You know what I mean? Because y'all may have an hour set, a 2 hour set. So like
you know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? So that's the same thing with weightlifting, or that same thing with football. Everything. Before you go to the game, you got to practice.
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean? And then what? The main thing that I've learned, people say practice makes perfect, but I disagree with that. Mm-hmm. Because if you practicing wrong, then you're gonna do wrong. You know, practice help you not make mistakes. You know what I mean? Practice don't make perfect. You know, so if people telling you that you're doing something wrong, you're gonna do it wrong in the game. So practice only cover up that makes you don't make the mistake that you're doing.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, because it's just I say that about the same thing with this singing. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm gonna let you keep talking.
Yeah.
But just like with singing, you have to vocalize. You have to exercise those chords. You know, you can't just get up there and start singing cold like women and men too that are much skinnier than me. Mm. After the first song, they're done.
Yeah.
You know, or the first set, and the reason is because they may not be in shape. That may be one thing. Mm-hmm. Then the next thing is they don't know how to sing from the diaphragm. Mm-hmm. Because once you know how to do that, then you pretty much have conquered the technique. But there's a technique, just like you said with your weightlifting.
Right. You got to learn how to breathe.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to breathe. You got to learn how to inhale. And that's the same thing. Because remember, for man to be a living soul, God had to breathe into him. You know what I mean?
Is.
And remember, and a lot of times to us, it is the breath. And people don't understand the word breath come from the Greek word puna. Puna in Greek means breath or air. That's what the word spirit means.
Wow.
See, everybody talking about, well, I got the spirit. No, you got the breath in you. That's all you got to do. Because you look at it. If anything, ain't nothing in this world can exist without air.
That's correct.
Nothing.
That's correct. You're so right. You're so right.
So that when so really, God is the epitome of air or breath, because that's what He breathed into man. Because remember, when He made man of clay, man was still just a shadow of corpse until He breathed into him.
Yes.
That he become
life.
See, and that's all that is, life in God.
That's right. Now that's perfectly.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it. I mean, you broke it down so
Yeah.
a sister can understand. That's beautiful. Now tell us all the platforms that you're on, and the name of where they, where I think you said Dog Pound. So tell us again the address. Tell us how they can get in touch with you, and tell us what platforms you're on. The social medias like Facebook, Instagram, like that.
At Dog Pound, 900 Southwest 6th Avenue in Delray Beach. They can contact me 561-201-4938. We also I'm on Facebook at Prince Arafat, Instagram.
What's your Instagram name? Is it still Prince Arafat?
Just Prince Arafat.
Okay.
And Facebook Prince Arafat. And sometime I post it. We're doing something. And then, like I said, we do a lot of things over in Haiti.
Please talk about that right quick.
Well, we take a lot of supplies over there. We don't go to the capital because so much uproar into the capital.
Yes.
But we go to a place called Cap Haitian.
Okay.
And Cap Haitian is really a tourist destination, but it's beautiful. One of the most beautiful cities and beaches. If a person can go to Cap Haitian, you think you're in South Beach.
Oh wow! Okay.
The water just so crystal clear and blue. And the part of the island is just so beautiful. And we take clothing, we take food, supplies, and we have a few people that we do that in Haiti, we do that in Jamaica, we do it in Colombia, and we do it in the Dominican Republic.
Now, do you have a contact person that's over all of it, or just different, separate?
And separate in each country.
Yes.
In each city, we have a contact person.
And how long have you all been doing that?
We're doing that for about 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 years now. And it's very rewarding when you help. Because you got to remember, over here, the homeless have the government to help out. Or they have churches. You got to remember, most of the churches in the Caribbean is mostly Catholic. There ain't too many Baptists or Methodists over there.
Okay.
But then they don't have the resources we have of feeding, clothing. They have some, but mostly, if you homeless, you on your own. If you don't have a family member, somebody giving you or bringing you food, and it's a park in Cartagena, Colombia, maybe the biggest Pompey park, and maybe say less than 1,000 people homeless there, and we just go and you can buy a plate, a bowl of rice, a bowl of black beans, and maybe 3 or 4 cut up pieces of chicken for $1. So what we do, we buy whoever's selling, we'll buy them out and just give it out to the people.
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
So God say, if you love them that love you, what rewards you have?
That's right.
You got to go and love people who people even show them no love.
And guess what? Meet people where they are.
Right. And the people are so appreciative. Like we go to Haiti, we take clothing, we take a lot of children clothes, a lot of women clothes. We don't take too many, mostly because we want to deal with most of the children and the women.
Right.
And we take hygiene, deodorant, toothpaste, soap. You know what I mean? Or women and tampons.
Right.
Things, you know what I mean? So we want to try to give something, mouthwash, something to help them out.
Right.
So, because what you think of how you living, go see how they living, and you appreciate what you got.
I was just getting ready to say that. You will appreciate it, definitely.
You appreciate it. So that's what most of we're doing, and we're working with the Delray Police Department and the Sheriff Office. We have like a scared scrape program that we help kids, and we do make sure that, because the youth is our future.
They sure are.
You know
and
what I
how
mean?
long have you been doing that?
We're doing that about the same time, about the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
same
beautiful.
time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Prince Arafat, my brother from another mother. I love you so much.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you for coming. This is to me, this is one of the best interviews of the year. All of them are good, but I've been really, really waiting to try to get him. So I thank you for coming in.
No,
and
thank
please
you.
give the Queen my love. I appreciate
will.
you. I appreciate all that you do. And I appreciate you showing me love and the respect. Thank you for talking about my parents like that. I feel the same way about your mom. God bless her, your sisters, your brothers, because you know we got a history.
That's right.
We're family.
We're
family. We're family. And you ate my mama's cookies.
Yeah, I know that's
that
right.
means a
That's
lot.
right.
So we're gonna say good night. Thank you for tuning in at Diaspo TV for the Lady Flint show. See you guys later. Be blessed. Thank you, Mr. Allen. Thank you, Mr. Donald. Thank you for all the staff for this beautiful, beautiful show, such as this and all the rest of the shows. We love you. So we're gonna look at the camera and we're gonna say good night. We love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.